My parents were living successfully in their home, but they were aging and were having difficulty with both a set of stairs, getting up and down to do laundry.
Bert has Parkinson's, and it starts out with occasionally you lose your balance. And so he had falls.
I have a handicapped son with cerebral palsy, and I also have multiple sclerosis. My son was getting big, and I wasn't getting any stronger.
Creative Renovations is an organization that goes into everybody's home and kind of shows them how they can kind of stay in that home.
As an organization, Creative Housing and Renovations has existed for over 20 years, but it's really the last 10 years that we've spun off Creative Renovations to do more and more accessibility renovations for all different populations.
We found that a lot of our housing, your typical housing in the neighborhoods, needed to be modified for accessibility.
I go out on a daily basis, visit people's homes, and walk them through all their trouble points, what we can do to keep them in the home for the rest of their life.
Once we determine what it is that we want to do for you based on your feedback, we will give you some floor plans, some photos, and then we'll talk about financing and how to make all this happen successfully.
I needed Creative Renovations to come into my home and help me find an easier way to get my son in and out of the bed, in and out of the tub, and even in and out of my home.
With Vanessa's house, we tried to look through the different trouble points on what makes her function better with him so she's not lifting him constantly. We did a track lift in his bedroom that takes him directly into the bathroom so she's not lifting him into a shower chair. We also came in and put in different hardwood flooring so that way it's easier for her to get around with the wheelchair.
He's always loved being outside, and the patio that we have now, he can sit out there and I can be in the kitchen with the blinds open and I can see him.
At the Shield houses, we put in, it's a super pool. It's literally a pool that we attach to the ceiling and it compression fits to the floor, but it's a grab bar that we can place anywhere in the house.
This super pool, Christy came out. She supervised the installation of it all. Recently, I told her that the handheld attachment that we have for the shower is almost impossible for me to use, and Bert also showers seated. And so we needed something that would be more comfortable for us to use. And they're installing it today, Bert.
So those are very simple modifications that we've done that actually are a huge difference to keep them in their home.
My parents both lived well into their 80s and they didn't want to be treated or act like old people. And one area my mom was really not happy about was thinking that there were going to be big, ugly, gray institutional grab bars in the wall that would look just like a nursing home or a hospital. And people went out to the truck and got something that was actually matching her wall. It looked like a house. It didn't look like an institution, so she was willing to make those changes. And I think those things were very helpful for her.
The most important thing is to hear their story, hear what they're trying to do, watch them maneuver around their house, and then begin to come up with a series of ideas that are hopefully cost effective but work for them. And you can't do this from a textbook. Each story in each house is different.
When I came to Creative Housing, Creative Renovations, what happened was that actual need to have my product, my design, mean something was fulfilled.
As our organization has grown and become responsive to the needs in our community, in many cases a very tough emotional issue they're struggling with, whether it be an accident or just the aging process, that we're really attuned to that. We have done everything from a grab bar in a bathroom to save an accident to a voice-activated house where a person in a wheelchair can control their entire environment. We have that capability, and we also have the ingenuity to pull off those things.
Personally, it's that level of fulfillment and satisfaction that what I'm actually doing means something.
Everybody wants to stay in their own home if they can. And anything that helps you do that is really important to know about.